second generation Kia Niro EV promises more style, practicality and efficiency than ever before. I'm Caroline Kidd, and in this video I'm going to be taking a closer look at this new Niro EV. And later on I'll be joined by radio presenter and paddleboarder Paulo Ross. Welcome to the Faster Project. The Niro EV has won numerous awards. It's styled as a very fashionable, compact crossover, and it's also had a radical update inside. It uses a 64.8 kilowatt hour battery with a range of up to 263 miles or 460 kilometers. DC fast charging is possible up to 72 kilowatt, so you could get an 80% battery charge in about 45 minutes. AC charging is possible up to 11 kilowatt. It's priced from about £37,000 or €43,000, and it offers good range and spec for that price. The boot is 475 litres, which is good for a compact crossover like this. There's also space under the boot floor for storing the charging cables, and this one has a handy waterproof surface in the floor of the boot, ideal for an outdoors lifestyle. The Niro feels roomier than a lot of compact EVs, but it might still be tight to sit three back here. The cabin feels very modern and high-tech. You get this touchscreen, the digital instrument cluster. There's also a reversing camera. The quality is also very good, so the car feels very solid and well built. But how does the Niro EV perform on the road? Let's take it out for a drive to find out. The first generation of the Kia Niro launched back in 2016, and it was a big success for Kia. So now it's back for a second generation, and Kia have made a lot of improvements to this car. So it sits on a new platform. It's a bit longer, wider and taller than the car it replaces. They've also made improvements to the suspension, the steering, and there's also more sound insulation and padding than ever before. There's also a number of driving modes as well, which you can move between. There's an eco mode, and that will maximise your range, and then a sport mode, so that gives you a livelier accelerator feel. There's loads of standard safety features like lane keep assist and adaptive cruise control. And as you go up the trim levels, you get things like heated steering wheel, heated front seats. So all in all, this car is a great all-rounder. It's a great introduction to electric motoring. It's practical, it's stylish, and it offers really good range as well. I think you're looking for me, Paulo.
EV lifts only?
That's what I have. Do you want to drive?
Yeah, sure thing.
Put the stuff in the boot and we'll get going.
All right, let's go.
Do you already drive an EV, Paulo?
Yeah, so I've been driving an EV for the last 3 years or so, and like it's class. I haven't looked back. I can never see myself go back to my old petrol car.
So who do you think this Niro EV might suit?
Definitely go for the family market. It's nice and high up on the road, which is great, and it's very spacious inside. So it's perfect for kind of beach stops, summer road trips, and the range is pretty generous as well. Like there's 258 miles in this. I'm guessing it's 260, 270 as a full battery.
285 apparently, yes. Wow. 285 miles. So we're out on the road a bit now, and how does the car feel for you?
It's great. It's a really, really smooth driving experience and very, very enjoyable. Yeah, it's solid. A lot of my friends would say, "Oh, electric cars, like toy cars." No, this is solid. There hasn't been one rattle, one noise, and the technology in the electric cars is far more superior than the technology in our petrol and diesel cars. It is the future, but it's not the future because it's here now. We're driving it, and it's available to everybody now. You know, it doesn't have to be 5-10 years away. It's arrived. Embrace it.
Do you think mindsets have changed towards EVs or are changing? Do you think people are more receptive now to EV motoring?
Definitely. So in the 3 years I've been driving EV, I'm starting to see a lot more on the roads, which is great. There's more confidence in that people can make the switch from petrol and diesel to electric. And I think a lot of the initial reservations were around, you know, how often do I need to buy a new battery? Where can I charge if I'm out and about? And also they are very, very expensive cars, but see the cost of the cars are now coming down a little bit. They're becoming more affordable. And obviously the availability of charging is a lot greater than what it was 3 years ago, and we now have, you know, faster chargers coming onto the market, which is great.
So final thoughts then on the Kia Niro EV?
Really, really cool car. Surprised with the build quality. Actually surprised with the mileage. Like, it was nearly at 280 miles just before we got in, which is a lot bigger and greater of a range than what I would have expected. So comfortable going through traffic with it. You didn't have a gearbox to contend with, a clutch, one pedal driving, stop start. Just made the whole drive a lot more enjoyable and less stressful. As
somebody who's already made the switch to electric, what would your message be to anybody who's still a little bit on the fence about going electric? If
you're thinking about it, just do it. You won't look back, I promise. There are loads of new charge points across Northern Ireland. Charging is not an issue. You know, the network keeps getting upgraded and the charge points are faster. The cars now out there available in the market have bigger ranges. You can buy cars with 350, 400 miles off a range, and they're much more greener, better for the environment, and more fun to drive.
There's lots of great reasons to go electric, but now I think you probably want to hit the water, I'd say.
Yeah, you don't mind if you do some paddleboarding?
Yeah, go for it.
It's such a perfect still evening.
Off you go. The Niro EV is a great all-rounder. It's got a practical, spacious interior, lots of technology features, and a great electric range. So if you're ready to make the switch, this Niro EV is definitely worth a look. The Faster project is supported by the European Union's Interreg 5A programme, managed by the Special EU Programmes body.